we're going to go ahead and get started if everybody's in place. Okay. First of all, I just want to welcome you all here today to the press conference on re-entry and different terms we use, second chance, people with unfavorable backgrounds, all those. We want to use positive terms, first of all. We don't need to use ex-cons and felons and all those terms. I mean, everybody is somebody, and we want to just have real positive words that we use today, because these are our citizens, these are taxpayers, these are voters, these are people, many of us have said in our meeting this morning, they've already paid their debt, as we say, to society, and they're back now, they want to be made whole. And we pray that we've worked in the General Assembly the last couple of years on the Reentry Study Commission to look at ways and laws that we could work together as a state and with the input of people with unfavorable backgrounds, because there's a lot of barriers that have hindered them down through the years. So we're here today with the group, and I'm definitely for a second chance, and I believe that all those who are gathered here today are for a second chance. When we look at this, I thought about a second chance is more than just a catchphrase. We ought to use it for more than that, because all of us, if the truth be told, have had some second, third, and fourth, and fifth chances in life. And many of us have said today that many of us have been involved in things we just did not get caught. So it's just God's grace that we're here today. We just thank Him for allowing us to be here today. But we're dealing with people today who are family members, husbands, wives, who have made every attempt to come back home to do all that they can in their community and in the state. And we've come today to help make them whole, and they've come. This is the first time that we've ever had an organized program like this today for those who have unfavorable backgrounds to come to the state and to lobby and to talk about the issues that affect their lives day in and day out. So we're here today to make a difference. I want to thank my colleagues, all those who are here behind us from the General Assembly, who have had a voice and input and concerned about working with this population, because it's a population that has been overlooked for some time. Many of them, their families, the state, and just the community as a whole. But today is a coming out day. Yes. Right? Today is a coming out day when they're coming to not hide behind their records and what other folks are saying. They're saying, look, we are citizens. We are voters. We've paid our debt to society. So give us the opportunities that we need. And Representative Geist is going to come with a very important piece of legislation that he's working on, and I'm just glad to have him with us today and all of our members. But I'm just delighted to be one of the champions that have worked with this in the study commission years ago. The past speaker allowed this commission to go forward, and because of that commission, we are here today with some legislation and all that we can do to make a difference in the life of this community. So at this time, I'm going to ask Representative Geist to come and to share, and I think Representative Boyce would like to make a comment or two also. But this time, Representative Geist.
Thank you, Representative Peters and my colleagues. Also, I'd like Representative Floyd to come up here with me. We've been working on some legislation and have filed House Bill 641, which is the Certification of Restoration of Rights Act, which we believe is very important to our citizens here in North Carolina. And I also had the privilege of working the last year with Representative Peters and others addressing some of the concerns regarding folks' reentry back into our community and how they can be successful. I bring 32 years of work with the Department of Correction, the Division of Community Correction as an administrator, and I can tell you firsthand it's extremely important that we provide an avenue for folks to get back on their feet, an avenue that those things that are barriers in our community be lifted. Because if we're going to ever get off this revolving cycle of where we release folks into our community without any supervision, we require things of them, but we do not provide them the opportunity to become productive members of our community, we will have made a mistake. So it's important that we address that. This legislation that we put forth will establish restoration of rights. It will assist individuals convicted of less serious crimes in dealing with collateral sanctions and disqualifications that result from criminal conviction and procedures for issuing that certification. Again, I say to you, it's extremely important that we do this, and we do this now, because every day, collateral consequences affect one's ability to get a job, to get further their education, to get housing, and you can just go right on down the list. So it's important that we move this legislation, and I have talked with the Rules Chair about getting this calendared, Representative Floyd, so we can move it ahead. But again, I say to you today, this type of legislation is critical if we're going to address the issue that we face in our community, and that issue is creating an opportunity for every citizen of North Carolina to benefit from what we have in our community that creates a successful opportunity. So again, this is not something new to me. It's something that I have worked hard throughout my career to make sure that we provide the things that are necessary for folks that at some point in their life made a mistake, but they have corrected that mistake, and now it's time for us as a community to move forward.
Let me say good evening, and thank you also for coming here this morning. When Representative Geis and I, we talk daily on the House floor, asking him one question each time that I see him. When is our bill going to come out of bill draft? When? And I guess over a period of time, he just got tired of talking with me. He said, it's coming, it's coming, it's coming. But I saw a need that if we intend to have our individuals to come back into our society and be productive, and also, I look at the economic strength that they can bring to our community and their wisdom, and also that they can be taxpayers within our system. I also believe that if they don't take care of themselves, believe me, the state of North Carolina will fund and put their family economic venture, meaning through public assistance. So if they're able to be productive, in which I know that they can, and then this is what we want to do. And I appreciate Representative Geis when we start talking about the importance of this bill and where we are. And he just mentioned another good thing, is that it's going to come up in the committee. So we are very hopefully that we can get our colleagues here to join us in this effort. Thank you.
This time we have Representative Alice Watson.
You know, there are times when being short on money really works in your favor. And on this issue, having a shortage of money is really helpful, because we are, more than any time in our recent past, we are having to scrutinize the use of every public dollar that goes into any of our institutions, goes to take care of public needs. I'm getting to sound like a broken record with this next remark, but I would remind you that this country, and we are right middle of the road when it comes to incarcerations in this country. This country puts a greater percentage of its people in prison than any other country in the world. And we also imprison for longer, for like and similar crimes, longer than any other country in the world. Most of our prison population consists of people who are coming back as repeat offenders. Now, for a lot of those folks, you come out of prison, and what do? We have corporations that are hiring, and they have a blanket statement that says no felony convictions. Doesn't matter whether it's relevant to the job, it doesn't matter how long ago it is, it says no felony convictions. We have many things in our life that prevent an increasing number of provisions that we create here that say no felons need apply. Well, folks aren't just going to go home and just lay down on the road and die. And they have families to support or try to support. They have homes to try to move into. We need them to be paying their taxes. So we need to engage in many things that will help us. This bill is great. Representative Geis and I have also been working with a program that was brought by the leadership of this state, Justice Reinvestment, that also has provisions to help with those who are already either under community corrections or in prison or on probation. Will make sure that the treatments and the services and the counseling that they need to help them be productive folks and not go back to prison again will be put in place. We have a juvenile bill that will try to slow down that pipeline of juvenile crime into the adult system. We have a number of things that are all coming together and all being made possible by a willingness and a necessity to scrutinize every dollar. If we are spending dollars to put people in prison and yet not leaving them equipped to come out and rejoin society, then we might as well be throwing that money down a rat hole. Why do we want to spend public dollars and not get good results? So we're looking at it. It's made the General Assembly much more open to considering things that, say, 5 or 6 years ago, we couldn't have had a discussion about. This falls right into that bracket, and I'm really, really pleased to be part of this, and wish all of you well as you go out and start talking to your own legislators and bring them to understand what we all need to do to leave us all in better shape as a state and as a country.